Hey there, Lightworkers. It's Emily from EmilyAarons.com, and I am here for a quick little explanation, I guess that's all I can say, for what had sort of transpired last week as I was traveling. So last week I was in San Diego traveling for a mastermind retreat that I go to about, it's supposed to be 4 of them in the year, but I won't be making the last one because I'll be having a baby. Hi, say hi as you guys get here. Definitely love to see who's checking in, whether you're live or watching the replay. Always such a pleasure to see so many familiar faces. Hi, everybody. So I was traveling last week in Southern California, and this is my 3rd trip of the year with this particular group. It's the James Wedmore Inner Circle. And I love this group. It's so inspiring to be around these people. They're all so brilliant. And, you go into it with just sort of an open mind, open heart, and ready to receive. And I always am there just fully lit up, fully engaged. It's exciting and exhausting all at once, and then I leave feeling so inspired, and I just do so many wonderful things in my business. So I love this group with all my heart, and leading up to this particular group retreat, I was kind of just sort of thinking to myself, how can I be of service to them? What can I do to provide more value? And I kind of just posed the question out to the universe, to God, and sort of thinking it out myself. And actually, you know what, while I'm here, I just realized I should probably share into Life Made Simple. If you're not already in Life Made Simple, this is your welcome invitation to join us in there. This is where we hang out. It's where I provide a lot of free content, and it's where people like me and like you can hang out without feeling like we're judged. It's a really safe community, and you're welcome to join. So let me just hit the share button to them, and then I'm going to continue. So I wanted to provide, more value to the group, and I didn't know really what that meant. Any case, like your rooftop meditation. Oh, thanks, Magda. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Regina. You're the best. I actually just got my hair cut, so it was perfect timing. So I wanted to provide more value, and Thursday morning, so I'd already been there Wednesday, but Thursday morning was the first day of the retreat, of the mastermind. And I woke up to feeling like I just couldn't wait to do my meditation. I just felt really excited about it. I know some days it's it's on the list of okay, my morning routine is kind of like this, but I just felt really excited about doing my morning meditation, and I decided to put in my earbuds and listen to binaural beats. So I don't know if anybody is familiar with binaural beats. It's essentially a way to start to open up and reprogram your brain and the connection. So it's definitely a great way to, fall asleep at night. I'd never actually done a meditation to it while trying to be awake. So for some reason, I was really inclined to use binaural beats Thursday morning, popped in my headphones, and just pressed play on a random YouTube video I found. And as I started to get into the energy, I started to feel myself connecting to source, which is normal, and just starting to open up my channel, clearing my chakras, clear my energy system, and opening up for the day. And then instantly I felt like I was almost swimming in a pool, but swimming upwards. And now, so I'm going to share this story with you guys, which is, I've never shared it anywhere before. I've told a couple of my close friends from the inner circle, because it's a weird thing to share, weird, I use that in quotation marks, I guess. But it's it's an experience that, unless you do really deep levels of meditation, it's probably going to sound totally batshit crazy. And that's okay. I'm not here to convince anybody. This is my own experience. And interestingly enough, I've talked to a couple friends who've been in this energy before too. And they're like, yeah, I had something similar but different. So just as a caveat before I go into this, some of the things I say are probably going to sound completely nutso. And I wasn't on any medications. I wasn't drinking, wasn't anything like that. This was fully just through the power of meditation and energy. So if you've also never been a recipient of high vibration energy healing, you might also be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have been giving and receiving high vibrational energy work for almost 20 years. So this is kind of my normal. You know, people talk about like woo-woo stuff. Like, I'm so woo-woo, I don't talk about it being called woo-woo, right? So any case, sorry, my dog is drinking water next to me. So what my vision, in my mind's eye, basically, what I saw was me almost like swimming up this beautiful channel of light. And it felt like swimming in water, except I was swimming upwards, and it was like through almost like a column. And it was beautiful and light and pastel-y. And as I got up to the top, I felt this connection to my guidance. And I was introduced to a new guide. And I never met her before. He's gonna drink all the water this entire time, so I guess that's just what he's doing. I met this new guide, and she started to give me a light activation. That's the only way I can really describe her, like a light transmission. So what she started to show me was almost like pressing parts of my face like this, and then going down my chest and down my legs. And as she pressed in different places, she activated and opened up different chakras, which most people are pretty familiar with, like the 7 main chakras running down the middle of the body. These were completely new to me, and I've been trying to like Google images of different chakra systems, and it's been challenging to find, but I found some images that are pretty spot on to what I was shown. So she lights up my body, different areas. She's opening up these different chakras, and they give me the gift of instant manifestation. Now, I can't exactly tell you what that means because it kind of just happened. And I'm still sort of playing with it a little bit, and it's still new territory for me. So part of this was, you know, this gift of instant manifestation. She lit me up, and then I met another new guide to me. And he was showing me how, as I was at the top of this, hi, how are you, Trudy? I was at the top of this space, and it was the 5th dimension. So I've been meditating in the 5th dimension for a little while now. And I know, again, might be sounding like another language. The way I normally perceive the 5th dimension when I close my eyes, it's like things become brighter, more vibrant, and then I start to see, what's it called? Sacred geometry. So like the corners of things and just the shape of things, the plants, everything starts to have like this geometric sort of energy to it. Hi, how's it going? Hi, Maria. And feel free to share this if you feel like there's anybody in your circle or any friends that may be going through like a spiritual awakening or on a spiritual path and have like no one to talk to. I know sometimes it can feel weird to say this stuff to your friends, and like even when I say that to my friends and like they know me by now, I'm like, this is gonna sound crazy, and they're like, it's okay, it doesn't sound crazy. So if anybody you think might really benefit from this, I would love for you to share it out, or even just like, you know, private message it to them, because I know it can help people. So any case, so in this space, I'm in the 5th dimension, this is just a whole different light. And so what they start showing me is one by one, people coming up this tube, and I'm handing them a crystal ball, which is essentially like a gift I'm giving to them. And one by one, I'm just handing them each this crystal ball. Everyone gets a gift. And then all of a sudden, it's not just 1 or 2 or 3 people, it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people filling the space up at this level, up at this vibration. So I'm able to share this light, share this work, share these gifts, and I just start sobbing, like uncontrollably, like tears of gratitude, you know, because I've had sort of like a tough time coming to my own spiritual awakening. I was in the closet for so long and really broke for so long and not sure what my purpose was and not really focused on how I could help people better. And it wasn't until like a couple years ago when I really started to hear messages louder and start to wave my freak flag and let people know, you know, I was on a spiritual journey too. And yes, I was actually psychic. And all of a sudden, boom, my business started to explode. And I've been helping hundreds of people since then. And it's like, it's such a gift to be able to share my light with others. And if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, which my purpose is to be the light so I can light up other people. So I want to be that light so that other people can shine their light as well. And sorry, I keep hitting the tripod. But so that's my gift. And so being in this energy, it felt like all of that, but like times 100. It felt like it was magnified. It felt like every good thing in the world had just like exploded in front of me. Like, and for those of you who are mothers, like, you know, when you first like see your newborn child, like explosion of emotion. That's the best way I can describe how I felt being able to give all these people light transmission and activation, to be able to serve more people and to spread this light and to be able to spread these messages. And it just felt so good. That's the best way I could describe it. Oh, hi Bridget. Thanks, Karen. Excuse me. And so in that space, what they also showed me was leading a guided meditation for the inner circle, for this tribe, for my dog is stretching, for this mastermind. And, you know, joining this mastermind at the beginning of the year, I was very insecure, very worried about who was I to even join it. You know, I'm this little tadpole and these are like Goliaths in the online world. I mean, these people have like tens of thousands of followers and they've been doing it for so long. And I was like, why did you pick me? And I was so insecure about being there. But then there was something deeper that was like, of course you're here. You belong here. And what you're doing is actually helping people in a bigger... Tracy, oh my gosh, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you, Tracy. Tracy, you're one of my friends who just like, I can talk about crazy shit. And you're like, yeah, totally. You get it. And Tracy is like an amazing light worker. So any case, they showed me leading this meditation for the group and I was like, okay, like that ego part of me was like insecure and worried, like how am I gonna do this and what are they gonna think, and like this is kind of weird to be like, hey, happy first day of retreat, let me just take over and lead a meditation. So I had to really put a lot of that aside, and like my ego, it was just all ego that was fearful. And so I went, you know, day one, I got there and I sat down, I talked to James and I said, you know, I've been feeling really called to lead a guided meditation. And I don't know if there's any time for it in the programming from this morning, but I just feel really called to share this message with everybody. And he's like, great, sure, like so open-minded. And I don't know if you guys follow James Wedmore, but he's been a mentor of mine for a couple of years. And I was so excited to be invited to join the inner circle this year. It's made such a huge difference in my life, my business. I've made such amazing friends through it. And so for me, it was like a huge honor that he even said yes. And he did it so open-hearted. You know, he was just like, of course, yeah. And so while I said, well, you do your thing, do your intro, and then I'll come on after. So he, you have to go out? Of course you do. So I'm sitting there waiting to go on, and my heart is starting to pound. I'm starting to get nervous, and I'm feeling like the room is full, and there's so many people. And then what my guides start to show me is this vision that they gave me in the beginning of the year, which was this huge event with Gabby Bernstein with all these other, excuse me, keynote speakers. My heart is like, whoa, with all these keynote speakers, and I am one of the speakers on the stage. And I'm like the people's person. And they showed me that vision again through my meditation in the morning by myself at the hotel. But then again, they reminded me to say something. They said, here's the vision again, say something about it, speak to it. And so I'm sitting there waiting, and my heart's racing. I'm like, now I'm going to share this like vision. Okay. And then I heard one of my guides say, relax, this is not about you. and I felt everything just kind of relax. I felt my body relax, and I'm like, you're right, this is not about me. I'm making it about me, and it has nothing to do with me. And so next thing I know, James is kind of handing the mic over to me, and I'm like, oh, and the other thing is I saw everybody sit in a circle. So not only am I leading a guided meditation for the room, but I'm also having them get up from their chairs and move them into a full circle. And I'm like, okay. So I said, all right, so I'm gonna lead this guided meditation. What I see in my mind's eye is a picture of us all in a big circle in this room. So would like you to get up from your chair, move it, and just make a big circle. And maybe some of you saw it on Instagram stories. A lot of people took like videos of it. And I said, look, don't worry, we're just gonna hold hands and sing Kumbaya. We're gonna take our clothes off. And I was trying to make jokes of it. I was like, I'm just joking. Like, I think I was just nervous. So, and I introduced it, and I said the other thing, like, here's what the meditation is. And I said the other thing I feel really called to share is that I have this bigger vision of being on stage with Gabby Bernstein. And, you know, I don't really know what this is all coming about, but I feel really inclined to share it with you, and just put it out there. I'm like, why not, right? Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? So I get into the guided meditation. Some people, and I said, you know, look, some people, if you're new to this, you may not be into it. If you need to get up, like, no worries. Aw, thanks, love you too. And I kind of preface it the way I always do for my guided meditations, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have already experienced a ton with me. And after the meditation was over, I felt great. I fully just channeled, I dropped right in, channeled the whole thing. It felt great. There were people who were sharing stories, sharing messages that they got through the meditation. Some people were in tears. It was really great. And people came up to me afterwards. And after we took a break for, okay. We took a break for, thank you, Kelly. We took a break for like bathrooms, and on my way back from the bathroom, hey, take you one in just a minute, I promise. On the way back from the bathroom, okay. On the way back from the bathroom, somebody from the retreat says, you know, I could probably set up a intro for you and Gabby if you wanted. I'm a good friend of hers. And I'm like, okay. Oh my gosh. So I was, hey, shh. Jeez. Now he's stretching. He's like, I do want to go outside. So basically I need to take him outside. You guys are going to come on a little adventure. Do you want to go out? Okay, we're going to go out. He's like, please let me out. I actually almost let him out before I started. Any case, so I was like, my mind is blown. He's talking about a private intro with Gabby, and I'm like, look, there's no expectation on my part. If it happens, it happens. If not, that's okay. It was just like the most loving gesture I think anybody could have possibly even offered, and I'll have to keep you guys posted with what happens. And so I thought, well, that was pretty freaking awesome. And then let me just finish. I'm gonna go back inside. Sorry, I had to. Sorry. So that happened. I was just like so taken aback. I couldn't even believe like somebody from the group even knew her, or let alone knew her and would be willing to set up some sort of introduction. So mind totally blown. The day was awesome, and then it just kept getting better. So the next thing that happened was after dinner, James had just kind of approached me and said, thank you so much for the meditation. It was so powerful and everyone really loved it. I really appreciate that you did that for everybody. And he invited me to do it again. Actually next week at another retreat he's leading for his other mastermind group, which is called Next Level. And I was floored. Like, yes, of course I would love to do it. And I was just so excited and so thrilled. And it's a huge opportunity, obviously, and to be a paid speaker for one of James's events is a huge honor. So it was quite a day. The next morning I actually had even more come. Like, I thought that day was like, couldn't top it. And then Friday morning I was actually woken up from a dream, like through a dream. Like I had an idea in my dream and I woke up, I was like, that's the solution. I woke up like with this great idea. Thank you, subconscious. And I woke up with this, oh, thanks, Bridget. So I woke up with this great idea, and it was like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so early. And so you guys know, I'm 8 months pregnant. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, come back to bed. And of course I was hungry, so I got a bar. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm popping my headphones, and I'm just gonna do some meditation and go back to sleep for a few more hours because I don't have to be up until like 6:30. And as soon as I laid down, my channel started to open up again. I was like full, like I wasn't like trying to get into the energy and like ask questions. I just laid down and it was like, boing, like full on channeling. I channeled for almost 2 hours. I had 6 different messages for people from the Inner Circle Mastermind. Some significant messages, again, bringing me to tears of gratitude. Like I have never experienced anything remotely close to this in my life. Usually when I'm channeling, I kind of open up and get into the energy. This was not the case. This was like, I would like to go to sleep. And then it was like full on, like just download, like so much information. And I went to like the second day and I'm like, I took notes on my iPhone, like these are the people, here's their message. And I'm like, okay, so things just became more awkward because I'm gonna be approaching people who maybe I don't even talk to. That's fabulous, I'm so happy for, oh, thank you, Karen, it is beautiful. So I'm like, I have like messages. So now I'm like, okay, so it wasn't weird enough that I just like lead a meditation, like that's okay. But like now I'm gonna be going up to people like, hey, so we haven't really talked a lot, but I have a channeled message for you from Source. So I can feel your energy right now. Oh, thank you, Kelly. So yeah, I basically had like a little bit of like nervousness, just like, okay, how do I approach people? Like, hey, so happy Friday. I have a channeled message from Source for you. Any case, I delivered all the messages and they were all so well received. You know, it was like I opened my mouth and like some of them like were tearing up or fully crying. Some of them were just like, yes, I love this, and like so receptive, very validating. And like one of the women who I was channeling for, she's like, it's so crazy that you're coming with this message, because yesterday during the meditation, like when we opened up and I felt like this was the time where I was supposed to get a message and I didn't get one. I know you said like, don't be upset if I don't, but I kind of came back a little bit bummed out because, you know, my husband got a message and like, I didn't really get one. And I was like, okay. And so I gave her this big message and she just was like blown away. And it felt so good. So any case, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And since then, there have been it seems like fireworks happening all around me, within me, in my life, just like phenomenal. And I just want to share that with all of you guys. The other thing that I have been kind of secretly concocting is reopening my meditation membership. Because I want to be able to give people a database of all of my guided meditations, because there's over 60. I have this beautiful membership with over 60 guided meditations, but then I also want to open it sort of like a monthly, just full channeled guidance for you and your business, because obviously I work with entrepreneurs, and I was thinking like, how cool is it? Like I love watching Carrie Samuels doing her astrology forecast, and I was like, how powerful would it be if I just downloaded an energy forecast for people's businesses every single month? Like that would be so fun, and it'd be so helpful, and like it makes such a difference when you do meditation within a tribe. The energy collectively is really, really powerful as well, because I've had people who have tried meditating on their own and they have trouble doing it, but even if it's online at the same time with other people all around the world, like they get in deeper somehow because of that energy that's like all happening. And I want to do that again. I shut it down and I feel called to open it again. And so basically it would be the database of all my meditations plus a monthly sort of forecast for what the energy is. And I would probably do a little bit of like an energy transmission during that, just because I've become so open that like I want to share it. You're so open and you're giving birth right now to your future. I know, Karen. I know, right? Thank you. That's how it feels. It feels like I just want to give it. I just want to share it. And the more people who I can share it with, the better. And my guides have sort of given me this number of having it open to 300 people. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. But I also feel like my energy and the container that I'm creating to bring this light transmission in is, it's ready for it, and it's ready to be shared. It's ready to be brought out to the masses. So I will be opening that membership very soon. It hasn't opened yet, but I will. You guys will be the first to know. And the membership's only $18 a month. So that's the other thing. It's not like my one-on-one sessions, and the price is going up. The price is over $300 now. The price is going up to almost $500. So it's not like working with me one-on-one. It's very different. It's a way to affordably get energy transmission, get your meditation practice, and be fully plugged into source, so that you can always be in the flow, especially in your business. I think that's the one thing that people kind of discount and take for granted, that when you're plugged into source, it makes your business so much easier to function, easier to put offers out there. It gives you more confidence, allows you to trust in the things that you're doing. So that's a gift I want to give to all of you guys. Anyway, I've kind of rambled more than I thought I was gonna do. So forgive me. For those of you who've watched this whole thing, thank you for hanging in there. And I don't know if anything like that's ever happened to you or you've heard of it. And part of this light transmission and part of working in these higher realms of energy is such a gift. I feel so honored to be able to share it with you guys. So if there's anything I can do to just continue sharing that light with you, let me know. And your guidance has opened me to excitement without business, right? Thank you. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Time to read a book or finish it. Oh, thanks, Karen. I appreciate all of you guys for being here, and especially for the work that you are all bringing into the world. It's such a gift to be able to attract all of you into my tribe, and knowing that you guys are doing the same stuff and putting all this good stuff out there and helping other people. So it means a lot to me for you guys to be sharing your light as well. So thank you. And again, if this is a message that resonates with you, or you feel like you would help a friend, please hit the share button, share it out, let people know. It's kind of like a coming out. And I noticed that the more that I feel scared to share something, the more I know it will help people. So part of this message is for you to get over your fears, and that message that my guidance gave me, which was relax, this is not about you. Relax, this is not about you. Just being able to hold on to that, to be able to, I know there might be a message for you guys if there's something that's been inside of you that you've been holding back on and nervous to share, or like, how are people gonna take me or judge me or whatever, like, it's not up to you to worry about their judgments or their thoughts about what you're doing. So hopefully this gives you permission to share something scary too. Open me up to truth and light. Oh, thanks, Bridget. If you're afraid, you're in the right place, right? Exactly. It's almost like a test from the universe. Like, are you really ready to do this work? And your ego says, no, I want to stay small. I want to keep you into this little tiny compartment. But your higher self says, yes, it's time to expand. It's time to move beyond. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. That was like a half an hour of me rambling. So thank you guys for being here and bearing with me, letting my dog out and all that good stuff. Have a great, great rest of your day. I will be back Thursday and Friday this week. I'm going to be doing the weekly card reveal on Thursday, and then psychic business coaching extreme on Friday. I think being in this new open channel, it's going to be wild on Friday. So I can't wait to see you again then, and have a great rest of your week. Lots of love to you. Keep sharing your light. Bye.